Good morning, everyone. All right. Last week I had my hair pulled out and straightened. This week I'm going to do it all natural and we're going to see what it looks like. Mm, let's have some coffee. And then you guys can tell me which way you like it best. I like it both ways, so I kind of prefer the curls myself. Um, it's a beautiful, beautiful morning out this morning. Um, I am running a little late. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I don't know what happened, okay? I didn't sleep later. It's just, I guess I was just slower at getting myself moving this morning. But nonetheless, we're out here having coffee. The water is running into the garden. Mm, I love having coffee with you guys in the morning. The cats are not out this morning. They're still sleeping. We got great shade this morning in my front yard. We do. So tell me how you guys are doing this morning. Leave it down in the comments. Tell me how you're doing this morning. Are you enjoying a nice warm morning, or is it cool, or is it cold where you're at? I am really excited about the garden. It is really flourishing and doing well. So the only problem that I'm having, and I'm going to ask you guys, okay, some questions. One of the questions I have for you guys is, with all the feral cats in my neighborhood, how do you keep cats out of your flower beds in your garden? That's my that's my question. And so, I have to glove up because the cats at times use the garden as a litter box. And so how I I do use tools to get rid of it so I don't have to touch it, but how do you keep the cats out of your gardens and flower beds? That's a good question. I don't want to I enjoy the cats, so I don't want to discourage them from being over here, but I don't want them to use my flower bed as a litter box either. So, or my garden. So, any suggestions would help. All right, I'm going to get around here and take the car for a spin while the water is in the garden. And yeah, I'll bring you along. Let's get busy. All right, let's take this car for a spin. Okay, I'm going to open the window just to get some airflow. All right, no one is coming. All right, it's a nice morning out this morning. If you were wondering, that Pomeranian was giving somebody trouble. That little dog is feisty. Harmless but feisty. It's cute to watch him. Him or her. I don't know if it's a male or a female. But it's cute. Alright, so my question for today is, how do we keep cats out of my garden from digging and using it as a litter box? How? That's a good question. You know what I think I'm gonna do today? I really didn't have to take this trip around the block, even though I do enjoy it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head out to the farm today and get me some. Number one thing on my list is the farm fresh eggs. Now, produce, I have plenty of produce because I get it from the food bank now. So as long as I have produce that is on my eating plan that I can eat, I need to eat that up and not buy new produce for it to go to waste. And what's coming out of the fields right now is they have the corn and they have the fall flowers, because they have to kind of rotate the crops and make sure that they put in flowers every time that they plant, because they also have honeybee hives there, and so the honeybee hives have to be fed, so they have to have flowers for the honeybee hives to be fed. And that's a long-standing history. That farm is that they have their own honey there, and they keep the honeybees. They keep the flowers there for the honeybees. So, anyway. So I am about done with this trip around the block, and I just enjoy taking this trip these days. When I first started this, I didn't enjoy it, but it kind of kicks me in gear, I guess. It's funny how you go through your life working all your life. I was one that was constantly working. Like, I did 12-hour days. When I taught school, not only did I taught school, but I also taught the before school program and the after school program. So I was there sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night. And then in the evenings, on the days that I was not at the school, I was teaching night classes to adults. And so I was constantly busy, constantly, for many years. I even taught in the prison system in Texas, believe it or not. I did that for a year. I enjoyed it, but it just wasn't for me. Male prison system. It was an interesting job, and here's the thing is that I didn't apply for it. They contacted me, which was interesting. But I did it. I did it once they contacted me and asked me if I would go work for them, and then they came and they did an interview in it. I gave them my resume and all that. They hired me on the spot. Boom. And I went and worked in the Texas prison system for a year. Well, we got another house for sale here. Hmm. Wait. Oh, the cat that comes to visit me is here. Let's see if I can get some time with the cat that comes to visit me. All right. Hello, everyone. We are here at the farm. And so we're going to get inside and we're going to see what we can find. For sure, I want to get eggs. That's the first thing I want to get. And then we'll see what we can find. So come on, let's go. Hi, everyone. We are out at the farm. So let me go ahead and turn this around and let me show you what they have out here. The fall squash is in. They do outsource from local farmers. So you see the tags on them, but here's the price of them all. They have local pecans. We do grow pecans in our area, and they outsource for the pecans and buy from local things, and the price on the pecans is $5.49 a pound. We do have broccoli and romaine lettuce and a variety of things through here. And this is the area where I'm going to be shopping a little bit today. So let's see what I get. They do make their own apple cider here. They do have their heirloom pumpkins coming out of the field. And they have a nice variety of them. They're completely out of eggs. Oh no! They do can and preserve their own items, and you can see up there that there's pickled okra, pickled potatoes, dill pickles in spears and whole. Then on the bottom they have cinnamon pickles, pickled peppers, salsa, mild salsa, and hot salsa. And it looks like a relish over there. I'll have to go look and see. By the way, I did ask them about the eggs, and they went out to the chickens to get me 2 dozen eggs. They do have an entire bakery that they cook food on. They bake goods you can get here, fresh right out of the ovens. I wanted to get an up close of these Halloween cookies. Are they not cute? They do a variety of cookies here and pies. Let me show you something else too that was my favorite, but I can't have it anymore. These are homemade fried pies made from scratch. How many of you remember having homemade fried pies? And they have a big variety of flavors and even sugar-free. But I can't have the bread anymore. They have goat milk popsicles here as well, which is an unusual item that they have here. And just processed all of their chickens for the year. And so there is a ton of different parts of the chicken. You can have whole chickens, you can have chicken carcasses for making broth, you can have chicken necks and hearts, chicken legs, chicken wings, and chicken breasts. So they process their chickens here, raise them and process them. On this aisle they have their peppers, which I have plenty for the week, asparagus, eggplant. They have all kinds of vegetables here. Green beans, cucumbers, pickling cucumbers. And of course the tomatoes, which are always abundant here. Over here you can see that they have all the onions and the potatoes throughout here. All the varieties. They do make their own popcorn. Let me see if I can get that in there. There it is. Bags of popcorn. They pop it here. You can see the bananas over there. In the background, the apples, the grapes, all of it they have here. And through here you can see that they roast their own peanuts. And if you come down here, this is all of their kind of snack things that they do, which is all organic. They do purple sweet potato chips, veggie mix, a big variety of things, beet chips, green peas to snack on. And then you go into your bulk candies over there and dried fruits. And that's what this aisle is all of their dried fruits and snacks that they create here. Hey everyone, we're gonna get in here. I'm gonna show you what I got from Froberger's farm. I got me a bunch of kale. I'm gonna cook this up. I got me a head of cauliflower. I'm gonna rice that up. A head of broccoli. A bunch of leaf lettuce. A head of leaf lettuce. And a bunch of green onions, spring onions. And then they were so nice to go out to the chicken house and get me 2 dozen eggs. Right out of the chicken house. She even washed them up for me. Two dozen eggs right out of the chicken house. All right, I'm gonna get this put away and I'll see you guys in a little while. All right, everyone. Well, let's get in here and get me some my first meal. I'm just gonna call it meal number 1 because it's almost noon and I'm just now getting hungry. So we are going to get in here and get the chunk of lard melting into the skillet. And I'm going to get all the ingredients out for this. I've been really enjoying the kind of veggie and meat what do you call it? The veggie and meat omelets that I've been creating. I've really been enjoying them. So we're gonna get another one started. I'm gonna get these bags opened up and ready to go in as soon as that lard heats up. So we got the green bell peppers, the red bell peppers, the green onions, the mushrooms, and I'm going to slice up a few of the tomatoes. I want to make sure that I am being a good steward of all these vegetables that I'm getting from the food bank and keep them for myself. The ones that are on my eating list. So we're going to start off with some of the green onions. I'm going to add in some of the mushrooms. I really do enjoy the mushrooms. The mushrooms are pretty low in carbs. So Add in red bell pepper. Green bell pepper. Spoon out. Let's get all the vegetables put back, except for the tomatoes. And I'm gonna head for the bacon. And the last of the green cheese. The last section of the green cheese. In here. My team was concerned about me not eating 3 meals a day, and they want you to make sure I get enough protein. They said it's normal, but just make sure that you are, in your snack, you're getting your protein, enough protein for the day. So, that's what I'm going to start doing, is in my snacks, making sure there's enough protein in those snacks to make up for the 4 ounces of protein if I skip a meal. So, I'm going to have to start looking at that. We're going to get, that's 1 tomato. These are grape tomatoes, 2, 3, 4, and I'll put 5 in here. 5 grape tomatoes. Tomatoes are going back into the refrigerator. Bacon in, going back in. Oh, the egg. I need the egg. Ready? And the blue cheese. The last piece of the blue cheese. I'll put that bag in there. We're going to wash the egg. And get this last piece of blue cheese out. I'm putting on my I put my uniform on. I'm in my uniform now. All right. I'm going to back you up so you can see everything that I'm doing over here. All right, I'm going to take this off of the pan. A little bit more. Oh, I think I put it away. Let me get it back out. A little bit more of the lard. Another little chunk of the lard. Let that melt. I'm walking all over the place today. My brain is a little scattered today. I had 3 eggs, so I am going to do 3 eggs. Every egg is 1 protein, and I need 4 ounces. So this is going to be 3, and then the cheese will make 4 ounces of protein. And I finished up. Let me turn that off. That's how I get ready for it. I finished up the eggs from the previous week. Pepper. About 3 spins of pepper. And a few flakes of this Celtic salt. And then we're going to blend this up. A little water. Got it nice and fluffy. Back the heat goes onto here, and it's still warm because the lard is still melted. So into the pan this goes. Need a lid for that. Let's see if I can find a lid for it. Come on. Where's my lid? This one should fit. There we go. It fits right in there. We're going to leave it, and I'll bring you back. I'm bringing you in to show you the omelet that I made today, and it is packed full of mushrooms and bell peppers and tomatoes and onions and cheese and then 3 eggs. So this one is packed this morning. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm bringing you in to show you that we are going to be making our bright orange truffles. And so I'm gonna follow the recipe. Here's the recipe right here. And I'm gonna be following this recipe to make the truffles. I have in this bowl right here a container of orange sugar-free Jello powder mix, and that's how we're going to make our truffles orange. So the very first thing the instructions say, only needed 2 ingredients, cream cheese and this. This is an 8-ounce pack of cream cheese. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to use all of this 8-ounce pack of cream cheese. And I'm going to open it up. And I need it to stay kind of in its rectangular shape and open up quite evenly. It's already cold, very cold, and I'm hoping that it stays cold through this process. Okay. There we go. That's what I needed. I needed it to come away from there. There we go. And now, what I want to do is get this to be as flat as possible. I'm going to cut this in 8 slices. So, I'm going to cut it in half. Give me a second. I needed to think this through a little bit more. Let me dry my hands off really good. And I'm going to put 1 glove on. The one I'm going to be touching the cream cheese with. All right. There we go. And then we're going to cut this in half again. Cut this in half again. Cut each one of these in half again. And then we're going to turn it around this way, and we're going to cut it right down the center. So it's going to make 16 truffles.
There we go. All the cutting is done. So I'm going to set the cutting knife off to the side, and I am going to get a second glove on. And now we're going to take each one of these roll it into a ball. Into here it goes. And onto the board. To a ball. Roll it in here. It's the first time I've made these. So I was excited about making them. And they said you want to do it as quick as possible, so that's what I'm trying to do. Do it as quick as possible. By the way, these are 1 ounce pieces of cheese that I can have as my snacks. Perfectly good and safe for me. Back it off. 4 more. About 1 ounce. And they're supposed to resemble little pumpkins when we're done. last one. There we go. Okay, make 16 of these little cheese balls. A little bit of cream cheese left. I'm gonna see. Let me see. Can we make a small tiny one out of this? I do believe we can. Here we go. A little tiny extra one. All right. So this is the orange cream cheese truffles. And everything goes into and I'm really looking forward to those. The next thing that it says to do is place finished cream cheese balls on a plate and set them into the fridge and chill for 15 to 20 minutes before the next step. Okay, and then, oh, I skipped a step, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna put them in for 30 minutes to an hour. I skipped a step. I was supposed to put the cream cheese balls in the refrigerator and then come back and coat them, but I skipped a step, but that's okay. I think they'll be fine. We're gonna put them in here. This was a gift from a viewer. And these will go into the refrigerator. And I'll bring you back when they have chilled really, really well in the refrigerator. I'm bringing you in to show you what they look like, and they look like tiny little pumpkins. They're so cute. I'm gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna try one of these. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try the small one, the tiny one. This is good. That is really good. Okay, that one was about a half an ounce. That was really good. I think I'm gonna enjoy these as snacks. We'll get back into my kitchen in a little bit, but I wanted to try that with you. Hey everyone. It is like 5:30 in the evening, and I am getting ready for my second meal of the day. But I need to turn in my measurements. And so I'm going to get everything out that I need to do. And I know you guys are always curious about my levels and what's happening with me. And I appreciate that. I really do. Oh, I'm sorry. I woke up from a nap. I had a really good nap today. I guess I needed it. I went to this, an hour and a half nap. Whew. I'm not used to taking naps anymore. I used to take one every day. And I guess my body needed it today. my next meal for the day, which is the second meal. I already have it in a microwave. And well, my glasses, I can't find them, but that's okay. We'll manage without them. I'm not gonna waste your time with me looking for my glasses. All right. So, red first, that's my glucose. And here we go. That one I didn't feel too much. Mm. 100. Really, really impressed with that. There it is. .3. So I'm burning the fat. All right, let me go ahead and get this turned in, and I'll take you into the kitchen and show you what my second meal of the day is. Okay, so my second meal for today is going to be about two ounces of ham and creamed spinach. So I'm going to have to make up the proteins later on in the evening with my snack or another meal. And I'll bring you back when I do that. After my spinach, I am making myself a nice little cup of coffee for after dinner tonight. And I am going to head out onto the porch and have me a cup of coffee, so you guys meet me for dinner coffee as well. Good evening, everyone. It is nice out here this evening. The sun has gone down a little bit, but still daylight. And I like sitting out here in the evening when it's cool and having a cup of coffee. It's really nice to do that. So, yeah. And so, yeah, I'm gonna sit out here and have a cup of coffee. And I'm glad you guys joined me for it. Good evening, everyone. It is like 9 o'clock in the evening. And so for my snack before I go to bed, I made myself a cucumber, tomato with cheddar cheese and ranch dressing kind of salad. And this is going to be my snack before I go to bed. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming along with me today and being with me as I go through my day. I had a wonderful time with you guys, and I want to let you know that I'm going to be leaving some playlists for you to watch, and I also want to ask that if you haven't already, please subscribe. But above all, I want each and every one of you to be blessed, because you guys bless me each and every day. And I will see you guys tomorrow.